Okay, so on Hopkins and this notion of money, I think Ian is right, on most free agency visits. I don't think Hopkins' free agency is typical in any way, from the player to the lack of market to the time of year, like all this stuff. Like I don't think the Patriots have discussed terms. I think that Hopkins just hired a new agent. He's represented by Clutch Sports. The number one thing you do as an agent when you pick up a client is to make a market for them if they don't have one. You assess what the market is. If there's not one, you create one. And I think they're trying to create one for teams like the Bills and the Chiefs and Dallas, like contending teams, by sending him on these visits. And while I think there's mutual interest in possibly making something work, like I don't think that they've talked a whole lot of contract. I don't think Hopkins has anything right now. I don't think anybody's making him any offers. He's making these visits maybe to make somebody jumpy, like the Bills, like, I don't know, maybe the Colts in the Titans division, like, the Jaguars, like that's what they're trying to do here.
CLNS Media's Patriots coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.
Now, as far as the Patriots' interest, yes, I think they have interest. I think they should have interest. I think that they are way too thin at receiver. I don't care about his practicing. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Look, the guy is a baller. He produces. He's 31. Yeah, he's not the same. Yeah, he's not a burner, whatever. The guy catches passes, and he's consistent, and he's usually on the field, at least for games. Like, he's productive. The Patriots don't have anybody like him. He would make them better. I don't care about the money. You can't talk to me about money when you sign Nelson Aguilar for $11 million. Devontae Parker is making $6 million this year. If you sign DHop, he takes his place. You're free of Devontae Parker and you pick up $6 million. So money is not an issue, should never be an issue. And I don't care about your locker room. I don't care about, like, these guys are making this much money. You've painted yourself into this corner by not developing receivers, by not developing tackles. You're in this position. You got to do what you can to bring in somebody who's a legit receiver, who defense coordinators respect. They're not going to fear him. They're going to respect him. And he's going to help create at least a little more space for everybody. And so, whatever. Just make it happen, because there are no other options out there. If you're dreaming of Kayshon Boutte or Demario Douglas, like being all of a sudden these guys who come in as rookies and save the day, you're freaking delusional. Like, I love Kendrick Bourne. He's bigger and thicker. He's going to be good. Juju, maybe he's on the field. Devontae Parker, maybe he's on the field. Tyquan Thornton, maybe he's on the field. Like, way too many maybes. And so go out and get somebody who's at least has a track record and is more of a sure thing. He's a baller. He'll be fine here. Just go do it.
This team has needed a true number one receiver for a long time. And DeAndre Hopkins, even if he's not the same guy that he was a few years ago, is still damn good, is still a true number one receiver, and absolutely impacts your depth. And the domino effect on the rest of the crew is fantastic, because now you don't have to necessarily depend on anybody else to try to be your number one guy, because guess what? You have a number one guy. And the money, I'm with you, Greg. Don't want to hear about it. The Patriots have about 14, 15 million under the cap. They can make other moves, as Greg just talked about. Maybe it's Parker, maybe it's Bourne. It's probably Parker. You can move on from somebody, which creates even more cap space. The Patriots are not strapped from a money standpoint. And Robert Kraft has said, he's on the record, I'll go out and get whoever I got to go out and get if Bill thinks it makes the team better. Well, this is the opportunity to put the money where the mouth is. This is the part where you step up and you pay this guy. I don't think, he's going to get 18 million guaranteed, 20 million guaranteed, but you got to pay the price. You got to pay the price to make this football team better. With all the injuries we talked about, we have numbers of wide receivers, right? You've got 4 or 5 guys who are NFL receivers, but are they going to actually be on the damn field? That's the biggest question. If Tyquan Thornton can't get out there, if Juju can't get out there, now what do you have? You've got Devontae, Kendrick Bourne, and rookies to try to figure it out. Not ideal. I don't want Ty Montgomery getting 20 targets in a weekend. It's not what I'm looking for. And I like him, but let's pump the brakes and not make the running back the number one receiver. So they need this guy. Mac needs this guy. And I don't know if it's a situation, Greg, because I know a lot of people have said, oh, you got him in the building. You got to get him signed, right? Like, you can't let him leave. Dan Orlovsky said that. Alex Barth, I've heard say that. Well, look, you can't put a gun to the dude's head. If he wants more money, if he thinks he's worth more money, even if the Patriots offered 12, 13 million guaranteed, whatever they offer, if he wants to take his time, he's going to take his time. You can't make the guy sign a deal, but you have to do something that entices him to sign the deal. You can't treat this like, oh, well, maybe we can go there for you, DeAndre. Go talk to some other teams. And, if you're still interested, come on. No, you've got to make this guy feel like he's wanted. You got to roll out the red carpet to a certain extent, and you've got to tell him that you're willing to give him the money that he's looking for. That's what you can do. You can't force him to sign it right now, but you can at least give you the pitch and give him the reason why he wants to stay here. That's what you need to do.
CLNS Media's Patriots coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.